Now, a lot of people say that Hopsin is a corny rapper, so in this video I want to find out the truth. Why do people say that Hopsin is a corny rapper? And what is it about Hopsin that is so corny? Now, one thing that we all know from Hopsin's music is that there's always been a lot of gimmicks involved in Hopsin's music in the past, but not so much now since Hopsin is taking a different route with his music. But a lot of things that Hopsin did years ago was that he was always dissing rappers, and this is exactly how Hopsin got his foot in the rap game in the first place. His song Sag My Pants was blowing up all over the internet after he dissed Drake, Lil Wayne, and Soulja Boy all in one song. People were looking at this new character that was trying to get his foot in the game with, who is this guy and why is he dissing so many rappers? And why does he have these weird demonic contacts in his eyes? I mean, that was my initial reaction when I heard about Hopsin for the first time. And Hopsin is an artist who's extremely honest with his views about life. I mean, if Hopsin thinks that doing drugs is whack, which he of course does, he's gonna talk about that in a song. And if Hopsin thinks that the president of the United States is doing an awful job, Hopsin is gonna talk about that. So Hopsin is not gonna hold back on anything, not even for Obama. But Hopsin himself has said in a recent interview that he recognizes his mentality that he had in the past about certain rappers and about the industry in general.
I mean, I wanted to be raw and not give a fuck, but my level of not giving a fuck was way too high. My oven was turned all the way up. That shit was on 1,000 degrees. I gotta control it more. So it's not that it can't go to 1,000, but I gotta be aware that it's going to 1,000. I was unaware. And I'm not like stupid where I'm like, I mean, I knew consciously what I was doing in the moments of me doing these things, but
so it really looks like Hopsin is working on controlling his I don't give a damn mentality, which I think is a good thing, because now he's not gonna be surrounded by the controversy that he brought upon himself. Instead, the people who fuck with Hopsin are gonna fuck with him for Hopsin being himself. But a lot of people say that Hopsin gets called corny because he talks about real life situations, and to that I would say no, because look at someone like Kendrick or J. Cole who both talk about real life situations. They don't get called corny. Or look at Joey Badass who talks about real life situations also. He doesn't get called corny. And someone like Kendrick has a much stronger and purposeful message than Hopsin, but why doesn't Kendrick get called corny? And that just comes down to the way Hopsin has handled his career moves in the past. I've met a lot of people who feel like Hopsin is trying too hard when it comes to pushing his message, and I don't think it's a bad thing that he's always going so hard for what he believes in, not at all. I mean, that's what an artist is supposed to do, right? Yes, that's what an artist is supposed to do, to tell the world about the things that you truly believe in. But it's just the way Hopsin has done it. I noticed how much different I was looking at Hopsin now that he doesn't wear his white contact lenses. Because before, I always used to look at Hopsin like a walking gimmick or a walking clown, because the way those contacts were making the brand Hopsin look was not a positive one. He was always pushing that I'm a real rapper and these other rappers are not real because they don't talk about the things that I talk about message. And along with the contacts, Hopsin was looking like a bitter, jealous, mad rapper who was just chasing the controversy. But now I look at Hopsin as more of a person than someone who's trying to cover himself up with makeup, aka in this sense the makeup is the contacts. And of course, as time has been passing by, Hopsin's music has progressively getting better and better. I mean, comparing something that Hopsin dropped in 2013 to something that he dropped in 2016, the difference is extremely huge. And to make my point, I'm gonna play a couple of songs that Hopsin dropped in the past and compare them to music that he has dropped in 2016. So this first song right here was featured on Hopsin's Knock Madness album that dropped in 2013, and it is called Good Guys Left Behind. I'll play the song right now.
That's just the way that the story goes. The damn bitches ain't nothing but clueless horny hoes that fill your life up with drama like it's the Maury show. Should turn her back on you even though she has swore she won't. I never felt this so.
And the second song is featured on the same album, and it is called Gimme My Money. I'll play it right now.
So her life went on, she didn't even involve me. The last year I ran into her in the Walgreens. She was like, Marcus, how are you? Oh my God. You finally made it, I'm so proud of you. So the next day she called me and asked to kick it. For the sake of the old me that was sad, I did it.
Now compare those two songs to this right here.
Ain't nobody tryna lift weights. We just wanna hit up the studio when it's rap and do shows. But you don't understand the culture of hip hop. You a lame ass nigga, dame half the crew knows. New age Jerry Heller, a scary fella.
And this right here.
And the other day I cussed my girlfriend's parents out. It disappear now. They try to justify their daughter's bullshit. Well, I ain't raw enough to air it out.
Whoa, what a difference. I mean, do you see how Hopsin is progressively getting better with the music? I mean, musically speaking, his production has improved a lot, and the way Hopsin is delivering his message has gotten 10 times better. And there's really no gimmicks, the bars are 10 times better, and the music is much better just overall. I mean, Hopsin even stopped using his contacts, which I think is a really good move. And now people are gonna take him much more serious. They're not just gonna see him as a clown and a gimmick. So why do people say that Hopsin is corny? Let's get it straight. It is not because Hopsin makes real music that stimulates your mind. Of course, I'm not denying that. Hopsin does make music with meaning and purpose. But of course, people don't call him corny because how real he is. That doesn't make any sense. It has to do with the gimmicks and the gimmicks only. It has to do with the way Hopsin approached making music in the past that consisted of dissing a lot of other rappers. A lot of people that I've met, including me, have always felt that Hopsin is trying a little bit too hard. But is Hopsin corny? Now, if you're asking me if the new Hopsin in 2017 is corny, no, definitely not. But of course, Hopsin has done a lot of things that make people perceive him as a corny rapper in the past. However, Hopsin is a talented artist, otherwise he wouldn't be in the position he's currently in. I'm looking forward to seeing what Hopsin is gonna do with his music that is dropping soon, and let me know what you think about Hopsin. Do you think that he's corny or not? And as always, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. This channel is all about bringing together people like you who enjoy music and start a discussion on different topics like this. And of course, like the video if you enjoyed it, follow me on Twitter at BlackySpeakz, and I'm out.